everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome to this week's Ponderous Wednesday. Now, if you are new to my channel or do not know, Ponderous Wednesdays are my forum for taking a thought-provoking and interesting topic and having a good old ramble about it here on YouTube to stimulate some interesting discussion down in the comment section. And this week we're going to be tackling a subject which was suggested by Stacker Noob UK, which is that of influence. Now, originally Stacker Noob UK suggested it in the context of the influence that a silver tuber like myself or him would have on community members about what coins to buy, as I've inspired him to buy a number of different coins. But I'm going to take his suggestion one step further, inspired to do so by the huge amount of silver which I've just ordered on behalf of Silver Forum members as part of the group order. This weekend alone we ordered 10,000 euros, which is probably something like $11,500 or £9,000 worth of silver. And it's an interesting question about how much buying power and influence do we as humble stackers, as community members, have against a very, very large and manipulated market, basically. That's the kind of overriding topic. Now, today I am just going to be presenting my own views and opinions on that subject. They are just that, views and opinions. They are not financial advice, so any financial decisions you make having watched this video are yours and yours alone. I would encourage you to comment down in the comment section with your own views and opinions, but please do so respectfully. My opinions may not well be the same as your opinions, but that is still no reason for us all to be rude to one another. It's just not worth it. So please comment if you would like to do so, but do so respectfully. Now, I have here on the table an array of very, very cool coins indeed, and I guess this is kind of part of the subject. You know, I've got here certainly these little Armenian Noah's Ark coins. Now, I should just do a quick correction here. I called these Austrian Noah's Ark coins last week, but they are in fact Armenian. Anyway, this proves my point exactly, because I showed these. I've had them for quite a long time. A member of the Silver Forum sent them in for melting, and I just haven't gotten around to melt them yet. But you know, I showed them last week, and they are undeniably very, very attractive, very cute little coins. And Stacker Noob UK was actually the person who was influenced to buy them. In fact, a number of you got in touch about those coins and wanted to pick them up, but he was the lucky one that got in first. So influence is a really important thing, and you know, I've talked a lot on my channel about loads of different coins over the last couple of years. You know, I've got 101 episodes of In Focus Friday where I showcase various different coins which I've purchased along the way. And it's really interesting to see the kind of influence that I have. I always enjoy it when I hear people commenting or see people commenting that they've gone out and they've purchased one of the coins which I've featured. So influence-wise, yes, we do have quite a bit of influence here on YouTube. We show a lot of different coins and people will go out and buy them. You know, I am one for being very open and honest about the coins which I look at and share with you guys. You know, there's a lot of collectible numismatics which I show on the channel, and I always say to people that you should buy responsibly. You know, shouldn't just buy it because I've bought it or because other people have bought it. But you know, there are people out there who will you know, sort of pump metals and pump silver and pump certain coins as kind of the God's gift to basically the universe. You know, silver is the best thing since sliced bread, and it's very interesting that when you present an opinion which is, you know, slightly different to that, or one where people don't agree with it, that they can be very, very defensive about that. So that in itself is another topic for another day. But it does raise a lot of interesting questions about the influence that we have. And not that I'm trying to influence you all right now, but this is another really important pick coin for me. These Spade Guineas are absolutely amazing. I really do think they are second in my book to the Oriental Border Britannias as the picks for 2018. Absolutely glorious coin. Few small imperfections on them that you might be able to see on this particular one, just at sort of you know, sort of 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Here there's a little spot above the shield, and that's caused from the other kinds in the tubes that they are supplied in. So few small design flaws, but nevertheless gorgeous coin. Love the so if you come in really close, you can see the kind of little rose motif there on the coins that have almost been laser etched into it. So in terms of influence, yes, I have influence over what you guys may buy. You may use my channel as a reference point for those types of coins that you want to buy. But how much influence do we really have? You know, there's a lot of people out there who firmly believe that the silver markets, the gold markets, precious metal markets are incredibly manipulated. And I would say to a degree that I agree. I think they are a manipulated market, as most markets I think generally are in some way or another manipulated. And does that mean though that we have absolutely no say in what's going on? Well, there's two different aspects to this which I want to tackle. The first is small drop in a very big ocean. We really are a tiny drop as a community. Even if we all banded together, which would be a feat in its own right, purchasing 10,000 euros worth or $11,000 worth of silver in one weekend like we have with the Silver Forum Group order, that's not going to affect the silver prices come the next trading day. It really isn't. We are a big ocean of metals in this world, and the community members, even if we band together, which is very difficult to manage and do, we don't have that much buying power when you put it in that perspective. However, there are obviously individuals out there that do have a significant amount of buying power. So when you get one person or one institution, I'm just going to throw a name out there which I see a lot, JP Morgan, when they go and they purchase a lot of silver, or when certain countries go out and they purchase a lot of silver or gold, that has an influence on the marketplace, and it's definitely an interesting concept. So I don't know if ever us as a community will be able to influence metal markets. I do see the odd comment which makes me chuckle a little bit, people trying to get everybody to buy an ounce of silver on a certain day, and if they get 7 billion people buying an ounce of silver, which is another topic in its own right, because not everybody can afford to buy an ounce of silver in this world, but if we got 7 billion people to buy an ounce of silver, we'd crash the world economy, blah blah blah. It's just never going to happen. Just from my own perspective of organising a Silver Forum Group order, that is in its own way an impossible feat almost. It's like herding cats sometimes. No offence to any Silver Forum members out there watching, but you guys are quite difficult to organise. So that brings me on to the kind of second point, which is the more important influence I think that we can have as a community, and that's both from me here on YouTube and other YouTubers out there showcasing coins and showing coins off, but also the kind of purchases that we make really do inform a lot of the decisions that other people might make. And you see this on the Silver Forum Group orders. So the biggest ordered coins on there are the capital gains tax exempt coins like the Queen's Beef series. Queen's Beef series are hugely popular. The 10-ounce versions even more so, I would say, than the sort of 2-ounce and generally are a pretty incredibly picked up item. I think alone in this group order we've got something close to 400 ounces of just 10-ounce coins, which is pretty amazing. So we see what other people are buying, and that informs our decisions, and I think that's really, really important for us to pay attention to, for two reasons. Firstly, to see what's maybe good out there on the market. I'm saying to you guys that these spade guineas are, a really good coin. They're going to be a very good pick for the future. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do well. So if you are watching my channel, other channels, or if you're part of the group order, just because somebody else is buying these coins doesn't mean they're going to be right for you. Doesn't mean they're going to be right for the future. They're not going to be necessarily the winners, and that's really important to remember. But at the same time, it does inform quite well on what is popular within the community. And I've always said on various different, sort of forums on my channel for different coins that I've purchased along the way, that a really good indicator is my rule of 3, which is, if I can get this one to focus. Come on, autofocus. You can do it. There we go. My rule of 3, which is aesthetics. Is it pleasing to look at? And one can argue that this Noah's Ark quarter-ounce coin very much is. Is it low in mintage? Well, I don't really know what the mintage is on these, but we know that fractional silver coins are a little bit harder to come by, so that's something in its favour. And then, is there a buzz about it? Is there a desirability factor about it? And there very much was so last week. I think I had about 6 or 7 different people get in touch that wanted to purchase these coins off me. Stacker Noob UK was the first, so we sort of made a deal with him. But it's just one of those things. People get influenced by a whole host of different things. And that's something very much to pay attention to. And one would hope to think, and I'm going to finish this topic up here, for those hardcore viewers out there who are watching to the end, and I really do appreciate those of you who watch this whole rambling series right through to its conclusion. But one also hopes that the influence that we have here on YouTube transcends just other community members picking up coins and purchasing coins. There are a lot of very, very specialist collectible numismatic producers out there who will no doubt have seen mine and other people's reviews of their coins. And it is really, really good to see that sometimes Whether it can be attributed to the reviews and questions we raise on our YouTube channels, we see decisions made which are very good. And the case in point, I think, would be for the Nautical Gold Rwandan coins. That coin was a 100 mintage coin, and when you look at the Rwandan Lunar Series coins, they upped the mintage of the second issue, the Dog, and that went from 100 to 188, and it proved to be a pretty calamitous affair for that particular release. You know, it wasn't as well received, people weren't rushing out to pick it up. But with the second nautical coin, the mintage was kept at 100. Mints listen, and one likes to think that they will listen. Certainly when there's very low mintage collectible numismatics like this, you know, we hopefully will see changes in mint tactics down the line. Another thing which I like to think that we've influenced as well is the Royal Mint. So the Royal Mint had some pretty atrocious packaging habits a couple of years ago when I got started, and I'm not saying that my reviews by any means have changed their opinion, because there's been hundreds of other people who've done videos, but the packaging coming from the Royal Mint now is in a nice hard cardboard box. The coins inside are very much better protected, and one likes to think that we have had that influence. So as a community, whilst we might not be able to manipulate the markets and change the price points of metals, we certainly do have influence, and I think it's really important to embrace that and embrace it in a correct way and not sit here and pump coins. So, you know, I've sat here and I've shown you some Spade Guineas. They're very pretty, they're very nice. As you can see, they make an amazing array out here on the table. Should you rush out and buy 20 of them? Only if you think that that's the right decision for you. That is the nuts and bolts of it. That is about all I have to ramble on for 12 minutes now about this topic. I have enjoyed talking about this topic. I think I could probably delve even deeper into this topic of manipulation. If you would like to know more about this and you want to see a follow-up to it, then do let me know. Or if you've got a topic of your own that you'd like to suggest for me to cover on a Ponderous Wednesday, then please do suggest it down below in the comment section. As you've seen from this comment that Stackanoob left last week, we have already embraced his comment. So Stackanoob, I hope that's answered your question. Feel free to comment and do your own video and take on it as well. I'd be very intrigued to find your opinions on it. Not that I'm setting you any homework, of course. If you like this video, please put a thumbs up on it and share it around on your social media. That would be very helpful for everything I do here on my channel to help continue to grow it. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, then please make sure you hit the subscribe button. There's a video coming out every Wednesday now, which I call Ponderous Wednesdays. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and please make sure you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.